Louisiana Beer Reviews, Budweiser Black Crown, distinctively smooth beechwood finished, 6% alcohol, canned version. Now I did a review of this last year at Fatty's, and it was from the bottle, so I say to myself, look what I see on the shelf, the canned version, and I couldn't help it but pull it off the shelf and do a review of it. Born on date December 16, 2013. So it's about 2 months old, but that's okay. Beautiful can. This beer was introduced in 2013. They say it's produced with it's 165 calories also. It's kind of heavy. It's produced with caramel barley malt, toasted caramel barley malt, and a variety of U.S. hops and cereal grains, which, since it's Budweiser, I'm presuming is rice, polished rice. Gets a poor score on Beer Advocate, no shock there. The bros say it's okay, which would be like a C. 9 out of 100 on Rate Beer, 9 out of 100. So it's 91% bad according to them, and a 19 out of 100 for the style. So, oh well. 25 ounce can, get an extra ounce. I had to go search for some that weren't beat up though. A lot of the cans were kind of dented because I know they just slide them down that rack and they bang it into each other. Anheuser-Busch tasting glass. Now they're not working next door right now, so I won't hear that generator rattling on. It's up to about 76 degrees right now. It very rapidly warmed today. The humidity levels up, which gives the air a soft quality. Partly cloudy there, you see the sun's coming out for a bit. Okay, with the Black Crown we get extremely thick, this is an etched bottom glass, extremely thick cream colored head and a clear, bubbly, amber appearance. It's crackling like crazy. First beer of the day. I was at work all day, so it's about 3:15 in the afternoon. Check out the aroma. Like I say, it's been over a year, or about a year since I've had it. Sweet, toasted caramel malt, really what it smells like. Little syrupiness there. Certainly the bread crust, you're going to pick that up with these type of things. Does not have a malt liquor aroma, and if you want to know what I mean by that, get you some go get some Hurricane 6% or King Cobra, and you'll see they have a much different type of aroma. Let's go with the flavor. This beer actually came out in 2012 under a different name. It was part of the Budweiser Project 12 series. And then they decided to make it a permanent beer. They don't run advertisements on it for it anymore. I haven't seen any television ads in a while, and the distributors told me the sales are slowing down quite a bit. That's sort of a typical thing with Anheuser-Busch, InBev. They'll heavily promote a beer, and then they kind of abandon it, go on to something else, and then squeeze whatever they can get out of it, like they did with Bud Dry, and then eventually when the sales go to practically nothing, they drop it and go on to something else. Apparently that there's some kind of business model with that, and it's profitable for them to do it. The flavor is certainly rich, caramelly, very bready, bread crust, a little bit of syrupiness, like some kind of a light, you want to say pancake syrup to some extent. The mouthfeel is medium and a little chewy, a little cloying, and the finish is pretty dry, not Bud Light dry, but pretty darn dry. Snappy finish, which is a Budweiser characteristic that they tout, the snappy finish, and the drinkability is not too bad for 6.0%. You do pick up a bit of the alcohol in there though, but it's not overwhelming. How this gets a 9 out of 100, I just do not understand. I can understand maybe somebody saying it's not for me, it's not the greatest thing, but to say it's horrific and all of that seems nonsensical. My perspective, coming from the malt liquor drinking world for the last 18 years, not to say that's all I drank, but coming from that world and being used to some of those characteristics, I like this. Certainly an interesting alternative. Now, how does this compare with the bottled version? I don't detect any difference. Not picking up any metallic, anything like that. Yeah, I'm still a big fan of this. I'm a big fan. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Budweiser Black Crown is all positive and no negative. I do not see what the negatives could be with this. I mean, I can understand if you don't like beer, you may have an issue with it, but I think they did a great job, and it's going to be a real battle between this. You know, you've got Anheuser-Busch coming at you at 3 points. Beck Sapphire 6%, Bud Light Platinum 6%, and Budweiser Black Crown 6%. And then Miller's doing their counterattack, as you probably know, with their Miller Fortune, but they've upped the ante to 6.9%. And that has an even stronger taste, a heavier body. But my position on that was I thought it might drive people away. A lot of people might not go for that really intense, sort of no-holds-barred approach. This is a little subtle, more subtle attack. And but to really get a grip on it, I'd probably have to do Black Crown and Miller Fortune side by side. But it's not really a fair because comparison, one's 6.9, one's 6. But it would be interesting to do a Platinum, Sapphire, Black Crown, and Fortune 4-way comparison. I think that would be quite interesting. But anyway, I'm going to give this yeah, I think the worst you could give it in an honest review would be a B+. But for what it is, an above premium, extra strong beer, as they used to call them, malt liquors. They're trying to get away from that terminology today because of all the negative connotations with it. I think it's an A minus, probably an A for a malt liquor, and an A minus for beer overall. I mean, they do a great job over there at Anheuser-Busch InBev, I think. So, Laissez-les Bon Temps Roulé, another winner from a company that produces a lot of winners. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to warm now, like verging on hot, but not hot, but verging on it, southeastern Louisiana.